Snacks and games and laughs galore. We bring fun straight to your door. Pop culture, talk and trivia, history and new video games. Movies, music, wrestling too. Sports and stories just for you. Every week a brand new show. Come along, it's time to go. Soapbox or dashboard, oh hey. We're here to brighten up your day. Grab a snack and take a seat. Let's dive in, the fun's complete.
Hey everyone, and welcome in for SquirrelSlam 2025. I'm your host Jason, and I am kind of solo tonight. But yeah, I kind of wanted to throw out some of my predictions for SummerSlam. SummerSlam this year is, for the first time ever, a 2-night event. This is the 38th annual SummerSlam, and it is MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, is where it is. Cardi B is going to be the hostess. Yeah, and there's a lot of cool matches. A lot of good storylines coming together. Probably the biggest match will be the Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, or Gunther versus CM Punk. But yeah, first I kind of want to talk about some of my favorite moments in SummerSlam history. The first one is probably TLC between Dudley's, Hardy's, and Edge and Christian. And I believe this was the first one, and this was at SummerSlam 2000. And yeah, it was a hell of a match. I remember the guys beating the hell out of each other. Owen Hart versus Bret Hart at SummerSlam 94 for the WWE Championship. That was Owen versus Bret. Rest in peace, Owen. The Hell in a Cell match between Undertaker and Edge at SummerSlam 2008 for the World Heavyweight Championship. Cena versus Punk in 2011, and that was shortly before CM Punk left, and that was for the undisputed WWE Championship. One of the most iconic had to be Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental Championship match, and that was SummerSlam 95. Man, there's so many good ones. The Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, and that was at SummerSlam 2005, and that was for the custody of Dominic Mysterio, of all things. Elimination Chamber for the World Heavyweight Championship that saw Goldberg, Triple H, Jericho, Nash, Orton, and Shawn Michaels. And I want to say Triple H used a sledgehammer to win. Yeah, there's so many good ones. But yeah, I think it's cool that WWE is doing a 2-night, and this might become the norm for the Big Four. For WrestleMania, we already know it's 2 nights. SummerSlam is supposed to be 2 nights. And there's rumors that Survivor Series and as well as Royal Rumble will become 2-night events. So the first SummerSlam card happened. Let's see. Sorry. First SummerSlam was in on August 29th of 1988. So it's gotten shifted a little bit more towards the beginning of the month. And this took place in Madison Square Garden. And it the featured match was sorry. I am blanking out here. There we go. Yeah, it's all sort. The main event was Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage, and they teamed up against Ted DiBiase and Andre the Giant, and that was the main match on the card. It was a really good pay-per-view. Check it out if you have WWE Network or whatever. Here, let me get the full card. Here we go. Okay. So the commentators were Gorilla Monsoon, Superstar Billy Graham, and Bobby the Brain Heenan. And interviewers were Sean Mooney and Gene Okerlund. The ring announcer was Howard Finkel. Dave Hebner, Joey Morella, Tim White, and Jesse Ventura, who special guested the main event, were the referees. So the first match was a tag team match, and it was between the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid, versus the Fabulous Rougeaus, which is Jacques and Raymond, and ended in a 20-minute time draw. The next match was Bad News Brown defeated Ken Patera in a singles match in 6 minutes and 33 seconds. Rick Rude with Bobby Heenan defeated the Junkyard Dog by disqualification in a singles match in 6 minutes and 18 seconds. The Powers of Pain, which are the Warlord and Barbarian, defeated the Bolsheviks, which is Nikolai Volkov and Boris Zukov. And they beat them in a tag team match in 5 minutes and 27 seconds. The Ultimate Warrior defeated the Honky Tonk Man with Jimmy Hart in a singles match for the WWF Intercontinental Championship in 31 seconds. Dino Bravo with Frenchie Martin defeated Don Morocco in a singles match in 5 minutes and 28 seconds. Demolition Axe defeated Demolition with Axe and Smash with were the tag team champions, and they defeated the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart, and they I believe they retained their tag titles in 10 minutes and 49 seconds. And then the Big Boss Man with Slick defeated Coco Beware in a singles match in 5 minutes and 57 seconds. Jake Roberts defeated Hercules in a singles match in 10 minutes and 6 seconds. And as I mentioned before, the Mega Powers Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage with Miss Elizabeth defeated the Mega Bucks, Ted DiBiase, and Andre the Giant with Virgil and Bobby Heenan in 14 minutes and 43 seconds with Jesse Ventura as a special guest. So, yeah, hell of a card, 10 matches in one night. And SummerSlam for us is supposed to be 12 matches, but there's rumors about some different things bouncing around. So first match on this isn't set in stone, this is kind of suggested, but the first match is Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. And this is for the Women's WWE Championship. And I think Tiffany is going to hold on to it. Jade has been building up her character. She took a lot of time off when she was, quote, injured to train and get better. But I still think Tiffany wins this. I don't think that it's time to take it off her yet. She's such a popular character. Maybe a little bit further down the road. I don't really see an interference on this. But yeah. Next match, Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Usually if there is a celebrity at a big event like a SummerSlam, something like that, usually the team with the celebrity wins. I think Randy Orton and Jelly Roll win, but I think it ends up actually being a pretty good match. Jelly Roll might actually surprise us and do decent. WWE has been doing a pretty good job of bringing in decent celebrities. But yeah, I think Orton and Jelly Roll win. Next match is Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez from the Judgment Day with the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. And they are facing Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And I gotta say, I think Charlotte and Alexa turn on each other. One of them turns on the other. But I would also like to see someone else with the women's tag titles. Even though they get shuffled around quite a bit, but we'll see. Judgment Day is starting to kind of wear thin to an extent, but yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see it. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Breakker and Bronson Reed. I think we're going to see Breakker and Reed win. I think there's going to be interference, or I think Jey Uso's going to turn. Or it's going to be an accidental spear or something like that. But I think Breakker and Bronson win that one. So Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross in a singles match. Stipulations are kind of dumb. It says if Kross wins, Zayn has to say the words Kross was right. If Zayn wins, Kross must say I was wrong about Zayn. Kind of a dumb stipulation, but Zayn's talented. I don't think it's the right move to have him win. I think Karrion Kross is red hot right now. But the other issue is Karrion Kross's contract is supposedly up soon. So it kind of throws a wrench in it. If they have Karrion Kross win, is he re-signed? Or is he re-signing? If they have Sami Zayn, where do they go with him from there? Sami's one of those characters that can drop down, but then he also has enough connections to the top, like Roman Reigns, Uso, to have a reason to come back up to the top tier level. Whereas I think Karrion Kross benefits a lot more from this win than Sami Zayn. Gunther versus Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's going to be a hell of a match. I think that we see Seth Rollins come in. I don't think he is legit hurt. I think that it's a ploy, and no one's going to expect it, and he's going to come in and steal the championship. The other option that we see is Breakker steals the Money in the Bank briefcase and cashes in. I don't know if that counts. I don't know if that works, but it's possible. Next night, night 2, we see John Cena versus Cody Rhodes street fight for the undisputed championship. It's not going to be a street fight without people getting involved. I hope it's not Travis Scott. I hope it's The Rock if anyone does get involved. I see Cody winning this, unless Rock gets involved. I don't want Travis Scott to get involved. He's terrible and shouldn't be in a ring. And that was a terrible decision. But yeah, I think Cody can do this, but I also think with John Cena still around for a few months, I don't think that he takes it off of John Cena until his last match, or someone does. Also, so I feel like that one's a toss up. Next up, we have the triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. And this is Naomi, the champion, versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. I'm not a big Naomi fan. I never have been. I think Io is really talented, and I could see it being her. But I think the right decision is to put it back on Rhea Ripley just because of how hot she is with the fans. I mean, she is very talented. Yeah. Then we have Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. This is a no disqualification, no countout, last chance match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. If Lynch wins, Valkyria can no longer challenge for the title as long as Lynch is champion. I think Lyra wins it. If she does not, I think that her next step is to go after whatever the world title is on her show. Yeah, I think that she has staying power on the main card. I don't think that we're sending her down to NXT yet, but yeah. Solo Sikoa, the championship, versus Jacob Fatu, steel cage match for the United States Championship. There is rumors that Haku and Rikishi are both supposed to be there. Then you also have Jimmy Uso. We know he's going to get involved. We know the rest of the new bloodline is going to get involved. So it's a tough call. I'd like to see Jacob win it, but I think Jacob has a lot bigger things ahead of him. And I think Solo would benefit from keeping the title on him, to help try to rebuild up his new bloodline that he has. So yeah, I don't know. I like Jacob, but I think it more benefits Solo more to hold on to the title. Next up, we have Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. Dominic Mysterio is a champion, and this is a singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. And I gotta say, I think Dom wins this. I would like to see AJ win it, but I think Dom benefits more for it. This has been kind of a fun storyline. It's the I'm hurt, you can't touch me storyline, and then all of a sudden Dom's cleared, and but Dom has a lot going on. He is down in he's showing up in AAA and challenging for the Mega Championship and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it'd be nice to see Dom. I think Dom is a lot better than he gets credit for. And I think that there is a lot of people that don't give him the love that he deserves. I've read several times where people have said that as far as at the arena, he is one of the most, like, behind the scenes. I mean, character-wise, I know he's not. But behind the scenes, he's one of the most respectful, like, there to learn wrestlers. So I'd like to see him start to develop more into that type of character. And actually show what he can legitimately do. And then the last match that we have, as far as what is known, is a 6-pack TLC match, and this is for the Tag Team Championship. It is the Wyatt Six, which is Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy, versus Andre and Andrade and Phoenix versus DIY, which is Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, versus Fraxium, which is Axiom and Nathan Frazier, versus the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, versus the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. That is a lot of talent, and that is a lot of Jesus Christ. That's just it. It's a lot of talent, and there's, with it being a TLC, I mean, those matches are insane. As I mentioned with the Dudleys, Hardys, and Edge and Christian match from WrestleMania, or from SummerSlam 2000. Definitely expect to see a lot of spots. What team would I like to win? I'd like the Street Profits to win. Big Street Profit fans. I think they're really talented. I like their characters. I think it's either going to be Wyatt, Six, or Andrade and Ray Phoenix. But who knows? There is always rumors of something else being added. So, we might end up with a 7th team. We might end up with a team getting replaced. It's hard to tell. But yeah, I think this is going to be a fun card. I think it's going to be a fun pay-per-view, and can't wait to check it out. And yeah, hope all of you get a chance to enjoy it too. So yeah, have a good night and happy SummerSlam. Bye.